Welcome again. Today we shall conclude with the topic relating to factors that affect starting a business. We know what is the importance of business and what is the contribution of a business in an economy. For an organization, a business firm, establishment of a business could be successful if it is well planned, if the various factors affecting the starting of a business is right assessed at the inception of the business. Then only we can conclude that a business would be successful in the future. There are a variety of factors which affects the starting of a business. The first factor is the nature of the business itself. So first factor is selecting a line of a business. Line of business refers to the nature of the business that a businessman wants to engage in, whether he wants to be in production or in purchase or in sales. The line to a greater extent depends upon various factors like the customer requirement in the market, that whether the goods that he is going to produce, whether it would be required in the market or not. Then what is the technical knowledge, whether he has access to such technical knowledge or not, and overall whether the entrepreneur has an interest in the line of business or not. Keeping this in mind, before deciding a line of a business, he has to assess these factors considering three aspects. That is the rate of return from the activities or the business that he is going to undertake, the risk involved, and finally the future scope of the business. So these three factors are necessary, keeping in mind, to select the line of a business which a businessman wants to. Then the second factor is the size and scale of the business. Size and scale of the business refers to the scale of operations, whether a business wants to operate on a small scale or it wants to operate on a large scale. Deciding this, there are various factors upon which the size of the firm or the business depends, like availability of the finance, the competency of the entrepreneur. Along with that, we have other factors like several market conditions. So whether the firm has to operate on a small scale or it has to operate on a large scale. Generally what happens if a business is managed by a single person, they prefers to operate on a small scale. But when there are a number of persons who are involved in a business, they tends to prefer a large scale or a large size of organization. The inherent capacity of an individual to bear a risk in a business is one of the determining factors. A single individual has a limitation of bearing a risk. Larger scale of business involve larger risk, and a small scale of business contain a small risk, or it involves smaller risk. So therefore, the size of the location, size and scale of the business operation is also affected. Then third is location of the business. This is most important for the success of a business. in the sense that location plays a vital role, and the location is affected by the cost involved in carrying out a business operation on a particular locations could be different for different locations. The reason being, the materials, the resources that are available and accessible by a business from that location holds important for determining the cost. Then another thing is that place of a business also help a business, or it also provide opportunities for growth and earning more profit. If the business is started in a place where the market is saturated, where there are number of operators or similar businessmen who have been operating from the place where the business is intended to be started, then there would be very lesser prospect of the expansion and growth of the business and earning greater revenue. Moreover, the business would have a very little share of the market in a place. So accessibility of a raw material, the customer's accessibility, the cost of operation, and the transport facilities, they all determine whether the business would be good in a particular place or not. Then the next factor is forms of business organization. Now this forms calls for whether it would be preferred either as a sole proprietorship, or it would be a partnership or a company forms of organization. What form of organization would be preferred by a businessman? We have already discussed just now that this form of business organization is affected by availability of finance, the risk involved, competency of the individuals. We would discuss that the limitation of a one form of business has given rise to another form of business. There is a limitation in a sole proprietorship. Now that has given way for partnership. Then the limitation in a partnership has given way to company forms of organization. So before determining the forms of business organization, how the business would be organized, the managerial competency, the legal formalities, the government intervention, the availability of finance, all these factors has to be taken into account before deciding what should be the form of a business organization. Then we have financial planning. Now financial planning refers to providing the finance that is needed. A business requires finance because the business has to make investment in fixed assets which would lay the infrastructure for carrying out the business operation, as well as business also require working capital to meet out its daily expenses. Keeping in mind the total requirement or total capitalization of a business, the businessman has to access the sources from where those funds or capital would be obtained, and what would be the possible cost, whether the business guarantees or warrant such cost to be recovered in future or not. So this has to be taken into account. The sources from where capital is being procured, whether the cost is higher or it is cheaper. Generally, at the beginning of a business, no businessman wants that the cost of capital should raise higher when the income is uncertain. So if the income is certain, the business can go for higher cost of finance. when the business is not. A business cannot accept the risk of a financial proposition. So only such proposition would be financed which are feasible and which have a possibility of earning revenues. Then we have physical facilities. Physical facilities calls for various setup that is necessary, like the raw material availability, the plant and machinery, the technologies. All this goes to determine the success of a business. Physical facilities are necessaries in the sense that the start of a business is affected whether the businessman is able to procure all the physical requirement like materials, machine, like buildings, like land. All this has to be there to ensure that the business becomes a feasible one, not possible but feasible, practically possible. Then we have plant layout. A business has to be organized. Now that calls for a plant layout, means decide the position of place for material and men, where various resources would be located, what would be the various position in an organization for various people, what would be the position or the place where different resources or material will be held. That calls for a setup where men and material would occupy their position. That is plant layout. Then we have workforce. We know a dedicated workforce is very essential to the success of a business organization. So the workforce has to be decided in advance, keeping in the requirement of a business. Workforce refers to skilled as well as unskilled workers. This depends upon the nature of the business, the type of the job involved, the cost. These are very important for a business. So before deciding workforce, a business has to take into account the sources from where a business would recruit the various manpower. What is the cost involved and what is the capability? What is the nature of the job? So nature of the job decide whether they should go for skilled worker and unskilled worker. Beside them, the various organizational positions, it also decides what is the number of specialist and manual labor that is required. So on one hand, an organization has to decide about specialist staff and daily workers or manual workers. On the other hand, it has to also decides about skilled as well as unskilled worker, keeping in mind the nature of the business. Then we have internal organization and tax planning. What happens in a well set organization? There is a internal system of communication, coordinations, flow of command, flow of information that takes place. There are various positions or various people who helps or assist in this process of communications. A system, an internal system therefore plays a very important role so that the command, the information that is being communicated, it reaches to the concerned employee and they know what is being commanded, what they are supposed to do, what work they are supposed to perform, whom they are supposed to be answerable, and what is their contribution that they have expected to give or expected to meet for the organization. So this is about internal organization. On the other hand, tax planning is also important. We know that the government comes up with various types of taxes like excise taxes, like GST, goods and services taxes. Now these taxes, they play an important role. A business has to assess that what would be the tax liability of the various taxes on the business and what would be its impact on the various business decisions. So they has to be undertaken. And finally, launching of the enterprise. Now this means that once all the resources, be it material resources, be it plant layout, or everything is organized, then the final act is starting the actual operations of the business, which is launching the enterprise. Means after all the organizational setup has been made, the resources are hired and finance is provided, the business start performing its operation. So this is all for today. Hope we can have a better discussion. Till then, keep learning.